Good evening and welcome to Blue Suede News. This is episode 25 of Series 1 and the last episode of Series 1. So we'll be reviewing the good, the bad and the utterly stupid of the last 6 months, as this is the special show where we show clips from the shows that have been happening. This is a live show, so if you're watching, please say hello in the comments and comment whenever you want to during the show and tell us what your favourite clips are from the show. And I'll bring on our guests, and it's no surprise with this being a special show, they are the guests from episode 1. So we have Alex Leam, we have Ishi and we have Al Grant. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm going to ask each of you, as normal, to introduce yourself. So we'll go to Alex Leam first.
Oh, should we see if we can remember how we introduced ourselves first time round when we were all on episode 1? Because
I've got no idea.
Because I think mine was, I'm Alex, and that's why
I drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
let's go to Lord Sparkles.
Well, I am the master of all things sparkly. That's me. There you go. Well, let's move on. We've got loads to get through.
Yes, we do. I'm Ishi, and today I'm not a mermaid.
What?
Well, we've got some viewers' comments already. Apparently, as well as being on the show, Lord Sparkles is watching. And we have Alex English. Nice of you to join us, Alex.
Well, there you go. It's a little bit of a delay. Does that count as a copyright strike?
That is so cool. Oh my god!
I won't call it.
I want to wave to myself.
Go on then.
Okay, there we go.
It's going to take a while.
Wow, this is
This is so weird.
There we go.
There we go.
What a time to be alive.
So before we start the main rounds of the show, I should say all my guests have picked some of their favourite clips from the last 6 months, and here's one which Alex has picked, which is it's nice of Alex to pick clips that embarrass me, but this is when I didn't make it on the start of the show.
Hello back, Alex. And how
again.
are you?
Well, this is interesting. This is very interesting because Roger seems to have started the show without him in it, and he couldn't actually hear any of us. If anyone is watching the show and would like to, can you cover for me? Is what Roger's now saying. Well, that would be an interesting cover, Rog, because neither of us actually know.
You look kind of similar. It'll be all right. Definitely look younger.
Thank you. I'll take that. Is he back? He's back. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You. Yes. Yay!
Right. I don't think any of my equipment's working.
That's good.
Don't worry, Rog. We just need you. You do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Let's just see if this works, because this will help. I have lost my green screen and everything. So it's called technical glitches. I've tried Firefox, Chrome, and Edge, and none of it's working.
Oh dear.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me, but I can't now hear you.
Okay, that's bad.
So why
sending more code at this point.
Why? Hang on. I want to go that for that, and I want to go
special.
The feeling I was not going to plan.
Where's Benny?
It's like you were
Well,
playing
we can't
music.
even get Roger in at the minute, so I think the third guest is not looking very. Oh, there's Benny. Hi, Benny. What a great time for you to join
Alex
us.
isn't a soothsayer.
We're co-hosting. And my
Hello and
headset
welcome to Benny Shakes It Up Again.
There we go. He's
Right.
back.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good.
It was all working perfect until you two joined at the same time.
No. That old chestnut. I know it'd be our fault.
There you go. The start of the show where I nearly didn't make it.
Oh.
That's fun. I even forgot Benny was in at that point. So that was fun. Me saying there's no chance of Benny showing up. Hello. There we go.
No. Instantly proved wrong.
Yeah.
So that believe
Because that was
it or
his
not,
second episode, wasn't it?
it was actually it was episode 4.
So the previous episode 3, you were asking people to sponsor the show. So when I saw that open up, I thought, oh, Alex and Tej is sponsoring the show. I wonder what little treat that we're going to get from these two.
So, anyway, that clip was picked by Al Grant. So very nice. Oh, it was actually picked by Al Grant, not Alex Leam. I do apologise. So Al Grant wanted to embarrass me there, but it was a class opening to the show. Anyway, Alex has picked actually episode 6, and he's not vain. He's picked the Alex show. My 3 guests. We have Alex. We have Alexandra Krekin, or Krekan. Is that close enough, Alexandra? Yeah. And we have Alex Leam.
What do points mean? Hello.
Solo.
So, yeah, that's just a reminder that on this show that we don't give out points because we don't have an overall winner. So points on this show mean...
Solo.
So,
I think I'm the death of this catchphrase because last time I was on, it was only me doing it.
I'm sure we'll get everyone else doing it by the end of the show. So what I should do is remind our guests at the moment is that we don't give out points on this show because points mean...
Solo.
Roger, you haven't changed your shirt since that episode.
Very true. You will see me change my shirts in between. It has been washed since that episode.
Good.
Twice.
Good.
It's been washed twice.
Do you think I went slightly overboard with the Christmas decorations? Looking back,
No.
Possibly. Possibly.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how much hair growth there's been since in 6 months as well, especially in my case. Right, the next clip was picked by Ishi, and it was when we had the New Year's Day special show where I invited Tony Wright and Millie Evans from Terrorvision onto the show, and all they did was prat about. Shall we have a look?
No.
Apparently,
Yes.
there was a Yorkshire Blair Witch video found of a Mr. and Mrs. episode gone wrong. Fans fear for the safety of Tony and Millie as they run into darkness.
I've heard about that. I've heard about this video.
I
Very
think.
scary.
Yeah, that sounds extreme. That sounds extreme. Should be something that we should be panicking about, actually, more than coronavirus. To be honest, I think that's a massive threat.
Tone, drop your head down. Drop your head down. See if we can do it. I'll be. Go on, you need to go down further so your head's on my shoulders.
I know what they're trying to do here.
Yes. Oh my goodness, how scary is that? Necklace. What do you think you are, a rugby player?
I forgot about Ishi's elf hat. Still committing with that on New Year's Day. I like that.
And the same shirt as well.
Same shirt.
So that's twice or thrice.
Is your wardrobe like Homer Simpson's? Opens it up and there's like 9 identical shirts. There.
Who knows? Right, what I'll do, I'll show you my.
That means yes. That means yes.
I'll show you one of my favourite clips from the whole series, and hopefully I'm wearing a different shirt in this one.
It's your uniform. It's your uniform.
Let's see what one of my favourite clips from the whole series was.
A chicken requires a minimum of approximately 135,000 slaps, and that over the course of the 6 to 8 hour process, the Meat Beater 9001 would consume around 7,500 watt-hours of energy, or about 2 to 3 times as much as your oven would while making a typical roasted chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not a pheasant plucker. He's a twat. He's a twat.
So, right, okay. Yeah, my guess is he alternates between that black shirt and this one. So keep an eye out. It's going to be check shirt, black shirt, check shirt, black shirt.
And this shirt actually matches the backdrop, which is also checked.
Yeah, and it's available from the merch store from the King of Comedy range.
So,
Do you like spreadsheets by any chance, Roger?
do I like what? Spreadsheets?
Spreadsheets by any chance?
The accountant, of course, he does.
Like, do you think I should keep track of my shirts?
Yeah, because they're like spreadsheets. Your backdrop is like a spreadsheet. Your shirt is like a spreadsheet. It's your spreadsheet.
It's a business.
So
That seems a bit formulaic.
Oh dear.
Where's my Thank you.
Right, let's move on to the rest of the show because the show does have rounds. So I'm gonna stick.
What's the story? Morning Glory.
30 weeks later, still as slick as fuck.
I know, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah,
Why improve on perfect?
So, now, this round, I cut myself off mid.
The thing is, though, I'm trying to cue in videos at the same time as doing the rest of the show, and queuing in the videos is interesting, I'll say the least.
Didn't you once give a seminar about how to use StreamYard?
He did.
Yeah.
It was very professional. But I think the sheer number of videos that you'll be doing is confusing.
Very, very confusing.
Just saying it's confusing.
Yeah. So let's look. Let's look at the next clip, and it's Alex Leam has picked this from episode 2, and it was one of the stories we covered in episode 2. Can you remember what story you've picked, Alex?
No.
Here's a joke I put on Facebook earlier.
It's George!
So we're going to be talking about the departure of Dominic Cummings. So who would like to go first? Shall we go to Katie first?
Oh, I wish you hadn't. I'm always picked last for everything, and I really thought that.
My world.
Yeah, I do like your joke. I've just read it. It made me laugh more than any of my material ever has, Roger. And considering you're the king of the groans, I've never. That was quite impressive. But yeah, no.
There's a double meaning I didn't pick up on first time.
There'll be another Muppet to take his place. Boris is still there.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, actually, it came as a surprise to me because you say another Muppet will take his place, but I always thought Boris Johnson was his Muppet.
well, yeah. He is king of
If you had to pick who had the hand up who, it would be him or Boris Johnson, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, Eric, Tony, do you want to come in on this story?
Yeah, well, I'll just be interested to see how many papers tomorrow go with the headline "Comings and Goings" or something.
Oh, brilliant!
So there you go. Story.
TerraVision T-shirt. TerraVision top of the tower. TerraVision T-shirt.
Good. Did anyone notice what that book was on Tony Cow's bookcase? Because it looked
Mein Kampf.
It looked like Delia's How to Cook.
All right.
I could be wrong.
Here's a joke I put on Facebook earlier.
Yeah.
So,
Oh no, I just got the word Mary, and I think we all know what was in Dominic Cummings's box now. All the stuff he's slowly leaking to the press this last week.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Whenever I think of Dominic Cummings, I always think of this.
The pheasant plucker. He's a twat.
Is that going to be your message alert tone now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think also
only when you phone up, Alex.
I was just thought the double meaning that I didn't pick up on when I first watched the show with what Katie just said.
King of the groans.
Yeah, you can put that. Stick that on your writing poster as well.
I know, I ought to.
She'll love you for that.
So, anyway, that was from episode 2. I shouldn't move my script too fast, should I? That's from episode 2. From episode 5, Al has selected a story about Cher. Cher saved an elephant in Pakistan. So she went to Islamabad to personally oversee the relocation of a lonely elephant called Kavan. Kavan, or it might be Kavan, I'm no good with names. Anybody who watches this show will know that. Kavan has been lonely since his partner died in 2012. And through Cher's help, he's been relocated to Cambodia to a large jungle enclosure in a wildlife sanctuary where there's other elephants for Kavan to make friends with and no longer be lonely. So that was the story of Cher and the elephant. What did you like about that clip, Al?
Well, I liked the way that your microphone kept on clipping all the time. It was made it seem like there's a nice little Morse code message impregnated into that, which is buy more T-shirts from Roger Suede's Blue Smooths. I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes I wish I could turn back time and have a better microphone.
Does anyone else want to try and interact with their past selves? Because
yes,
we were sort of on a par with it. I was kind of like looking down at current Al and looking to my right at past Al.
I must say, by the way, that it's not only me who wears the same clothing items. Ishi was wearing the same elf hat.
Yes, I was.
Have you packed away the elf hat, Ishi?
I have. Where is it now, actually? I could find it. I think I know where it is. I haven't got it to hand. But yeah. I had this thing that in December I was going to wear it for an hour every single day in December, and then it happened that New Year's Day happened. So I went, oh well, what is time? Let's just do it anyway. So yeah, an hour a day, elf hat.
There are people who apparently had their Christmas trees up until March, so that's nothing. I've just realised Al's got golden balls.
Indeed, I have.
Literally behind him, and an inflatable Mario hat. I do.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's worth 5 points in my opinion.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to give you any points because points on this show means sod all.
Sod all.
Just say fuck all has more punch.
So let's see the clip which Ishi has chosen from this section of the show, and she's chosen a clip about Google how-to searches.
Let's all turn
Google,
and face our past selves.
Okay, so we'll go to Alex Leam
shirt
on.
I used to just like type in just random really short words just to see what the first thing comes up is.
That's
and for a
Alex
while,
doing his Star
if you
Trek
just typed into
impersonation.
Google the most searched for was, is Lady Gaga a man?
Make it so.
Right.
With that does it just beggars belief. Nearly as much as one of their most Googled questions of all time is, what time is it?
Do you want to have a guess at any of the how-to questions for the last
Probably something
2020?
really stupid that you probably know the answer to if you're actually on a computer and on Google. So something like how do I switch my computer on?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I've got the list to put up shortly. Okay. Alexandra Trecken, how would you like to have a guess at what's on the top
did you
10?
make during that program?
Probably about 10.
Cook?
You got
How
Alex
to
English's name quite
survive
well.
in a pandemic?
Oh, you're on the right track here. You've
How to
Zombie apocalypse, is it?
not get depressed?
No conferring.
How to I don't know how else.
well, we'll see shortly. We'll see shortly. Alex
section.
English.
One that you've not gone for, Roger. How to cut your own hair.
Burn.
I've got a few because
It's not as long as your hair, Alex.
I didn't Google that, as you can see.
Yeah, Alex Leam doesn't seem to have to worry about his hair too much. Anyway, do you want to have a so you reckon how to cut your hair is on the top 10? Shall we see? So we do have how to cut your own hair in at number 5, and we've got how to treat coronavirus, and we've got how to get tested for coronavirus, which I suppose are pandemic related.
How to cook eel?
Yes,
Eel.
I thought that was a good one.
Of all the things in the top 10, how to cook eel, it's kind of like, oh, the shops are completely out of toilet roll and bread. You know what we need? Eels. Yeah.
It's that one which I don't actually understand.
I think that
Who
might
on
have.
earth has it been on a TV programme or something? Someone cooking eels, and someone thought, "Oh, I'll just go down to the fishmongers and get myself some eels and cook them."
You're right there, Roger. Yes, it has. It was on featured on I'm a Celebrity, you know, because they've been eating all these different delicacies, and one of them was eel. So maybe people got a bit curious.
Right.
Well,
I found it
it's
quite
not
interesting
my
looking
interest.
back.
Disgusting.
Sorry, yeah.
I said it's not my interest. Disgusting.
This must be what it feels like when we're at the pearly gates being judged.
Yeah.
Because I've got that sort of vibe of kind of like, oh, well, so if we look back at this event here, it's like, okay, all right, fine.
Did I really wear the same shirt again?
But that's the Triple Alex show, so that doesn't count.
Oh.
Double counting.
Four of them
You know.
now. Four of them.
No.
And I managed to harmonise with myself saying "burn" from the past, which I was really impressed with.
So let's look at the next round. Well, the next story, which was picked by me. It was picked by me, and one of the first rounds of the show, as well as doing What's Story Morning Glory, I was doing what are they up to now, and to reflection on what the government's up to. So I picked this one.
What are they up to now?
This is the What Are They Up To Now round. Slightly different from our normal first round, but you'll get the idea when I start
Black shirt.
looking at what we're doing. So basically, I'm going to be asking, what are the people in the government up to now? So let's find out who we're going to talk about first.
Scottish falsetto socks wearing his current shirt.
Yes.
So who's it going to be? Now, this is my whack-a-mole version of selecting.
It's not
people.
Boris.
No. Oh, the education guy. I can't remember his name. It's not Priti Patel. Oh, that's Sumac. Oh, Hancock. Oh,
Sumac?
Boris. No, it's not Boris. Yeah. Oh, it's Rishi Sunak.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
And who's this? It's David Cameron at Greens Hill Capital Bank. So, do any of my guests know what these two have been up to?
Yeah, I think the Greensill Capital have been in the news because their logo looks like a drawing of a cock and balls.
It does. They're right. It really does. It's the first thing that you see.
I think in the next clip, Roger's going to be wearing a leopard skin. with the rotation with the guests. So he's going to be wearing what Alex English was wearing in that. I think so.
So let's before we move on to the next round, see if we've got any comments. It's Alex English says that was eel serious.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
Hilarious. Oh.
We like that, Alex.
Yeah, we do.
I'd like the fact that you sort of like auto-corrected yourself when you were speaking. That was brilliant.
Yeah, that's well. You know, when I blame autocorrect on my text messages, it's not actually turned on. It's just me all along.
I admire enthusiasm.
So, anyway, moving swiftly on. After the first round of the show, we move on to the second round of the show because we do things in chronological order.
Rebel.
It's terrible, isn't it? And the second round of the show, of course, is this one.
Faking it.
Now, Alex Leam has asked for a clip from episode 1, believe it or not. And so you should see all of us in this clip. So let's watch the clip.
Leopard skin.
Train was saved by a whale. There was a whaleway accident.
That was deliberate. I just thought you developed a new impediment.
I didn't want to say anything. I was like being polite. I was like, oh, I didn't know.
I did say there was a bad pun coming up. There was a railway accident in Holland where a train went through the buffers and was stopped from falling into the water by a whale.
Oh, bless.
Fake or real?
I'm gonna go with fake. Yeah, fake.
Oh, what a shame!
No way!
Say what?
A train was stopped. A train did actually go through the barriers at a station, and I do apologise for this pronunciation. The Akkers in Spikensnisse.
That's better than your pronunciation of railway.
Yeah.
That was a deliberate one, though, wasn't it?
Port city of Rotterdam. The accident occurred on a raised platform 10 metres, 30 foot off the ground, where the carriage would have easily plummeted in the water below, and it's a sculpture of a whale. There you go, the whaleway accident.
Alexandra Krekan.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know whether it was Alex now or Alex past who was making that comment.
I didn't either.
I thought it was current one as well.
Right.
It's like not much has changed in 30 weeks. Although I really should use the red gels on the uplighting back here because that looked quite good. That looked quite dramatic, I think.
So definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway,
a bit like a brothel.
Let's pick the next story, which is the where are we on my script? It was one that's been picked by me. I picked the next story because you'll see two stories here. One was a fake story I made up on this particular episode, which was episode 5, right? And then we had a bonus faking it round story on the same week because I'd made this story up, and then a story appeared in the news, which was definite example of life that was imitating fiction. So let's see the two stories together. The Diocese of New York, to overcome lockdown restrictions, have reclassified their churches to temporary restaurants to perform communion.
We are the supreme beings.
Well, the new classification.
And he's wearing a black shirt, just like Edward Mosley.
1/4 of the individual churches. Communion can have an average between 50 and 250 diners. It's a congregational diner. It'd be diners, won't it? Because it's restaurants, right? In those churches.
All right.
What did you just do to your camera there, Al?
It's
fact or fiction.
Which one?
Well, let me think about that.
Back in time, Al.
I'm not sure what the rules are now in
I reckon
Do they
Al
have to have
Grant's
proper
playing
meals?
Pokemon.
You know, could you get to the communion
No,
rail and ask for a burger
typing
and
messages.
chips? I'm sure the esteemed Donald would do that. They are quite inventive, aren't they? On the other hand, New York's very liberal and Democrat, and probably be quite sort of cautious about COVID. True, because they're trendy and innovative in a lot of the church in the seaboard parts of the states. Yeah, I'm saying true.
The episode where Roger
100
became
Rabbit Tequila Bar in Nottingham has applied to be classified as the 400 Rabbit Church, as it wants to throw open its doors to its congregation of worshippers to the religion of tequila. It is hoped by the bar owner that this will allow it to open, even though it is in a Tier 3 area. Alex, there's no point in looking it up.
First to Al Grant.
Cheat on this episode.
I'm going to say fake. The religion of tequila. No, fake.
Let's go to Professor John.
you're trying to do some reverse psychology here. After the one about the New York churches being a fake, you're going to try and make us say this must be true. But I'm sticking with Al. I'm saying it's fake.
And let's go to Ishi.
I think it's true, actually. I think the bar wouldn't because I think it would just be a fun thing for a tequila bar to do. You know,
And be tax exempt.
Yes,
Let's
absolutely.
Let's see whether you're right or not. So there you go. I'd made up
400 rabbis.
I made up a story about a church wanting to be classified as a restaurant in New York, so they could actually have more in their congregation. When a bar in Nottingham applied to be a church, so they could actually have congregations. So you can't make it up, can you?
But you did.
Yes.
Definitely. So let's look at Ishi's story that she's picked for this round. This story
Roger.
is about a theatre being in trouble for encouraging children to shout out, "Alice loves Dick."
What, this year or?
No, it actually happened in
What
2017.
the actual fuck is going on?
Yeah, that's true. I think
it's a Christmas
special.
All right.
Yeah, they
Manchester
did anything
Opera
in
House,
2017.
The pantomime was Dick
It was a different
Whittington
time.
starring John Barrowman, during which audience members, including children, were encouraged to chant, "Alice loves Dick." Alice was the female in the pantomime. I had Lord Sparkle's
Thank God for that. I thought it was like one of the mums who got out of the audience.
So what are you saying, George?
I'm 100% positive. Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, yes, it is.
You can say it's a Christmas special with the "oh yes
How?
it is" and "oh no
Yeah,
it
you
isn't."
you really went to town with the production values there.
I think he did very well. There was no distortion.
I mean, drag on a panel show like this where you can only see from that upwards is hard to do. It's even harder if you've got a jockeying great beard as well. So it's a hard one to pull off.
But I did it, didn't I?
We did.
Yeah,
Very
beautiful.
well.
He was Widow Wanky.
Widow Wanky.
Fluffer horn? Nowhere.
Yeah.
His alter ego was on there.
Let's look at Alex's choice for the faking it round. Police dash to man stuck in hedge. Norfolk police were sent to a field in Wetton near Downham Market earlier after a figure in jeans and trainers was spotted kneeling in a hedge. Do you want some more information?
You got more? I'm intrigued.
However, officers discovered it was actually the abandoned bottom half of a mannequin.
Sounds like a regular occurrence round our parts, that does.
Now, this is Norfolk, and last week we were told that Norfolk doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like Pete K. Malley, he says Norfolk doesn't exist. He was very
Wouldn't it be
adamant.
great if my hand suddenly appeared behind
Was the
Rob
mannequin dressed?
Yeah, I
Is
think.
there
Well,
any disclosure
it
on that, or is it just pale
it
skin
wasn't-
legs?
It wasn't fully dressed. It was topless. So what do you think? Fact or fake?
I'm going to go fact on that one, Roger.
You're going to go fact. Shall we see whether you're right or not?
Did Rob not get the memo to wear black?
You are more than right. It is.
He's got a black t-shirt on.
Is there any photo evidence, or just your Photoshop?
Shut up, Rob. We're talking.
That is the actual photo. I love the way. So I haven't photoshopped this one. Photoshop photo rather than the real photo.
You know, that police officer actually could have been you, Roger. We don't know that. Actually, quite looked like it could have been you.
Anyway, just for your enjoyment, I've got some faking it photos here. And all you need to do is tell me whether they're photoshopped or not photoshopped.
Ooh.
dog kennel in space.
Not photoshopped.
Oh.
It's not photoshopped by me, I should say. So
don't add a third tier to this.
Yeah, well, it may have been photoshopped by the people who designed the satellite, but it is an actual picture of the satellite. So, shall we move on to the next one?
Okay. Oh, photoshopped. I remember that. Round.
Definitely.
Are you sure it's
photoshopped. This was a story about a man who was killed by a chicken during a cockfight, and it was his own chicken they'd attached a knife to, and the cock attacked him and killed him.
Was it in Portugal?
India.
No, in his heels.
So let's.
We can't hit you, Alex.
I do have a third one of these, and last one: deep fried testicles.
Oh,
I think that's not photoshopped.
Wasn't that the snack I picked up the last time we stopped at a services?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is that thing with the testicles that's just sitting there like a ball?
That's the dip. It costs you £3 from Waitrose, from the service station where we're at.
That's the red one, and then it's sitting on lettuce. But what's that yellowy thing that
I think
matches?
it's like a lemon.
I think you squeeze lemon over it as well, but make it a bit tastier.
Because you know they were testicles, far too sweet. So you need
it's
that sharpness.
That's from a story about a festival in America called the Testicle Eating Festival that had been cancelled due to
The
COVID.
Testicle Festival.
That's snappier, isn't it? Or the Testy Festy.
So let's move to the next round.
Prat of the week. How many times during the series?
Fantastic voiceover.
Thank you. Which leads me on to the next point. How many times throughout the series have people been asking if that was me doing the donkey noise as well? Because I think that's happened at least
every episode.
Yeah, almost every episode. Wasn't me. That was added on by Roger. I did not make that donkey noise. I can do some impressions, but not a donkey. Sean Bean, yeah, I can do that, but not a donkey.
Everybody believed it was you, Alex.
Yeah. Prat of the week.
So just before I start,
You can do Russell Crowe as well, can't you?
I've got this slide here to show you. During the series, I nominated three people for the designation Rogers Blue Suede News Prats, and basically they're Prats for eternity now. So these are now banned from people's choices, and we haven't got people choosing Prats of the week this week because it's a review of the series. What each of my guests have done is they've chosen their favourite Prat of the week.
Did Nigel Farage just have some lemon juice over his testicles then?
Tasty.
Right. This first clip was chosen by Ishi from episode 6. This is the gentleman in the bottom left-hand corner called Tom Slay, which is a very apt name for a December Prat of the Week. So, Alex, your 45 seconds to justify your Prat of the Week starts now.
Tom Slay, as you can see, as Roger mentioned, he does have a name that sounds like one of those fake names you get on Twitter at this time of year. He is a member of the London Resource Allocation Subcommittee. What an exclusive, wonderful title to be on, that is. So, if you were looking for resources in London, would you trust a man who accidentally set fire to his notes in the middle of a council meeting whilst trying to light a candle? Right, so just for any point, here's my notes. Here's a candle.
It's the same candle.
I've not gone up in flames. Apparently, 30 pages went up and he apparently got really badly burnt fingers and had to plunge the lot in ice water.
So that's Christopher Igraham. So, no, it's not. It's Tom Slay. It does help when I read the right line of my notes. So
Wonderful. You know that two Ronnie sketch where they have to answer the question beforehand? You're just doing that yourself now with your own round.
I'm suffering deja vu here because that's what Alex did on the show himself. So,
and you're wearing the same shirt. And you
got the same guest.
So far, pinned you down to 3 shirts. Hey, look, I've barely used that candle since. There we go.
Right. So yeah, that was Tom Slay. So who I managed to totally get wrong. So very funny Zoom clip that, wasn't it, Ishi? So anyway, episode 14. I have chosen this one, and it was Al Grant's nomination for Chat of the Week, which was Time magazine. So, anyway, this was nominated by Al Grant. Al, your 45 seconds starts now.
Sing along.
There once was a man called Jack Dorsey who steered his ship in the hypocrisy, storming the capital with the old blowhard. Jack revealed his top trump card. Time magazine told the truth, released the story that is Trump's proof. One day when the impeachment's done, I'll go and drink my rum. Zuckerberg conspired and joined the cabal, CNN and all the rabble, limiting official news and views. AOC said they felt abused. Why would they publish this? Proving Donald's pot of piss. Democrats are wasting their time. Donald, where's your trousers?
What I like is that we were dancing along, but they were just sat there like... we were enjoying it. Past them. They know what the fuck are we witnessing.
Yeah, I remember watching that episode and dancing at home as well. So yeah, I love that. That was really good. That was one of my favourite Plats of the Week justifications.
So it was just brilliant. That was.
I take it you won off of the back of that.
Because you did watch it, and you know that I did win, beating narrowly Gina Carano, nominated by John Morris.
Of course I did. I was just thinking that if you didn't win, then your scoring system must have been similar to John Morris's.
So anyway,
there is context to that. Enjoy.
Yeah, I unlike other shows, don't pre-select my winners, so it is based on the justification for the Prats of the Week. So let's go to the next one, which I believe is the one chosen by Al Grant. This may give it away as to who it is.
Black shirt. Operation.
Yeah.
Nice. That job at Disney must be calling as soon as lockdown's over, Rog.
Yeah, this is Scott Green, or Dr. Scott Green. And Alex, your 45 seconds starts now.
Thank you. Well, this is the best Zoom courtroom mishap since I am not a cat. This is Dr. Scott Green, who appeared via Zoom in traffic court in Sacramento.
Nice mug.
However, when he appeared in all of his scrubs, he said, Doctor, what are you doing? He went, I'm just in the middle of surgery. He was in the middle of surgery and thought it was okay to appear for the traffic charge. That would fill me with a lot of dread if he was doing my operation. He's in traffic court. He can't operate a car.
Katie's shocked face.
Let alone
a
heart bypass or whatever the hell it was. So, I mean, was it arrogance, possibly, or maybe he's just a colossal prat of the week? Dr. Scott Green. Thank you.
Sacrilege in Sacramento.
Oh. That's possibly the best timed one I've ever done since no appearances on this as well.
Right. Would you like to see part of the video?
Oh, please.
Yeah, do it.
Defendant that's in the middle of an operating room, appearing to be actively engaged in providing services to a patient. Is that correct, Mr. Green?
Yes, sir.
Or should I say Dr. Green, but I don't know that.
Okay, that's okay.
I do not feel comfortable for the welfare of a patient if you're in the process of operating that I would put on a trial notwithstanding the fact that the officer's here today.
So I have another surgeon right here who's doing the surgery with me, so I can stand here and allow them to do the surgery also.
If you look at me, I'm currently in the process of cheating.
I think that's appropriate.
Fine. I love the fact it's all right, I've got a mate with me. It's fine. That feels really weird interrupting myself.
I know. It is weird.
That is so odd.
The one thing about lockdowns providers is all these videos of people doing stupid things on Zoom. You know, you've got the surgeon, you've got the guy setting fires to his papers, and there's one coming up in a bit as well. So
hello, Ishi's cat.
Hello.
Meow.
Well, I think I'm being told off. Retail shops are open now, Roger. New shirt time.
Yes. We've got him pinned down. I love the fact that he's only got 2 shirts that aren't from his own merch store that he's been wearing over the last few weeks.
So let's let me get the right video in place.
How you can tell how old a tree is by the rings.
Oh yeah.
We can date what episode these comes from by the length of Roger's hair. So the shorter it is, the further back towards November it goes.
Yeah.
So, well, the next clip has been chosen by Alex Leam himself, and I think this shows a great clip of Alex Leam losing it.
Oh, well, this was beautiful.
He definitely loses his shit during this clip, so let's see what the clip is.
Ah, isn't that cute?
That was cute.
It was.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh,
This is the nomination of PetSmart by Katie Brown. Your 45 seconds starts now. What's
Okay,
Greg?
so yeah, PetSmart did this to this dog. Basically, I mean, the picture
And then watch
speaks for
Alex.
itself. The dog went in looking like that, and it came out looking like Sid the Sloth. And oh, look! When I handed this in, I didn't even see them so close together. It's amazing. So yeah, the guy said that he was going to break their legs or something because they did this to his grandma's dog. Someone paid money for that.
I just love the look of the dog on the left. It's just like, why?
That's done me that.
Oh, sorry. You know what? I don't know about you, Greg, but I forfeit.
Oh yeah, I'm down, down.
There you go.
I was a shoe-in for winning Pratt of the Week, where I just thought, not a chance now. Not after that. I was just far too funny. It's like, am I still pretty?
I have to say, my cat looked up as shocked. She was it was disgusting.
I liked how your voice went quite high pitched, Alex, in that video.
Why?
So, all right. So, they're the videos that were chosen. We've got Tom Slay. We've got Scott Green, the surgeon. We've got Time magazine, and we've got the
Deputy Dog.
So what? I ought to choose a Pratt of the series, didn't I? This is so difficult.
If we can vote, I would vote for the sea shanty.
No. I think
No,
I've got a sneaking suspicion Roger's got a different criteria.
Decide who the Pratt of the week is. Pratt of the series
Pratt of
is.
the series.
I mean, they're all fantastic. I mean, the Dog Groomers is just brilliant video, but the 2 YouTubers, brilliant. The sea shanty was out of this world, but I've picked my Pratt of the series.
Okay.
And here it is. Ought to be a drum roll, but I haven't got one.
Oh, we have. Hang on.
There we go. Great news. Pratt of the series is Facebook. I am still furious after last week.
Bitter much?
I'm very bitter. I am extremely bitter. So
Notorious ROG.
Alex English says that dog had more appearances than Houdini. And Katie does comedies turned up.
Hooray!
Alternative Cobra meeting not up to much then.
If anyone wants to know why I've picked Facebook to be Pratt of the series, watch episode 24. And it's all explained in that episode. So
was that last week's?
Yes. Last week's episode, you'll find out I was thrown in Facebook jail for something absolutely ridiculous. So Facebook are the Pratt of the series.
It ran over. Katie, if you have just joined us, then we have debated at length your "what the fuck is happening" face, which has appeared several times during this series.
So anyway, let's move on to the next round in the show. We're going to overrun tonight, but I'm not too bothered. So the next round in the show was
the good, the bad, and the utterly stupid.
Now, in this show, we were able to talk, in this round, we're able to talk about other news stories. I'm fully aware Ishi has asked to talk about Priti Patel. So I've selected a suitable clip. I couldn't get the clip which I wanted for this one because it didn't exist. We didn't actually cover the story on that episode. But I've got another Priti Patel.
So somebody was having
clip.
fantasies about what's happened in a previous show.
What it is, I've got scripts with news items on, which I compiled a list together from of stories. And that's one of the stories that didn't make the main show because of timing. Okay. So here's the clip I've selected for Ishi, so we can have a look at Priti Patel. I mean, this was from when we're doing what's the up to now. So here's the video clip. Who's next?
Can I just ask, where the heck in England can you go to visit the giant pencil? Because I really want to go there and visit that giant pencil. I want to go and see that.
They're all giants to you.
It's Priti Patel.
Oh, goody!
Everyone's
I've got to say, George, Freudian interpretation of that.
By the look of it.
She just can't. She doesn't want the union flags up. She's upset.
She's been talking about her new immigration policy.
Oh yeah. This is sort of the equivalent of first class travel preference, isn't it? If you can get to this country by an official scheme, i.e. in the country that you're desperately trying to escape because your life is in danger, you manage to be one of the very few people who are helped out by an official scheme, then you'll get preferential consideration in the UK. But if you risked everything and used every last penny and cent you had to get here by whatever means, you'll be told to piss off immediately.
Yep. So spot on, Professor John. That's what she said. Do you want to hear a little video of something she's saying about her new policies? Right.
Come on.
To actually give people the safety that they need, people that are fleeing persecution.
It's a shame she didn't do that with her employees. So, what do you think to Priti then, Ishi?
Not a very pretty sight, is she? No.
No.
I think she's actually got like parent issues, if I'm honest. And I think the parent issues, if she just went to a counsellor or a therapist and got them dealt with, the whole country wouldn't have to deal with her stuff, which is what we're having to deal with,
I think it's a mixture of that and also height issues, because I hear she's only 3 foot tall.
No.
Yeah. So George is a good 10 inches taller than Priti Patel. So she makes up for a lack of height by being venomous.
I'm going to fact check that.
Yeah.
No, don't fact check, because apparently that's cheating.
I need to.
How tall is Priti Patel?
Yeah.
I'll ask Alexa. That might be. Alexa,
but
how tall is Pretty Patel?
Priti Patel is 5 feet 3 inches tall.
Don't know if you heard that.
5'3".
I can't believe Alexa knew how tall Pretty Patel was.
Ask Alexa how tall George Coppin is.
We know that's 3'10".
How tall is George Coppin?
Sorry, I don't know George Coppin's height.
Ooh.
What a bitch.
That's showbiz.
I know. Well, you know, when I think of Priti Patel, I mean, it's a bit like when I think of any ministers in the current government. I think this.
Not a pheasant plucker, he's a twat.
Did you just see that when you blink now?
So anyway, that was Priti Patel. I don't think she's a very nice woman. Alex has asked for this clip.
Which Alex?
Alex Leam has asked for this clip from episode 14. This is the tale of Texan lawyer Rod Ponton, who appeared during a court case as a cat.
I can see.
Check shit.
I'm not a cat. I'm not a cat. I'm a real person.
Would you like?
I'm not a cat.
Would you like to see a bit of the video?
Yes.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the
No shit.
video settings. You might want to take
We're
a
trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Is this for Shrek 4? 5, I mean. Shrek 5.
Oh, what a shame.
I know. You can't.
I am a cat! Yay!
Isn't lockdown and Zoom brilliant? I think it's provided most of these funny videos.
Wow. Yeah, there's the odd incident, isn't there, of the cat and the woman on news with a dildo on her shelf, and actually last week a bit of mooning. So yeah, good.
And not forgetting Michael Gove that had a book by David Irving, the Holocaust denier, on his shelf in the background.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
So.
And Tony Cowards had Delia Smith's cookery book on his shelf.
That speaks volumes, Tony. It means you know what you're doing with an egg.
So, anyway, I've picked a clip from episode 15 because I thought this was one of the best commentaries.
Oh, do we have all three of them?
Please?
Oh!
Hovering!
That was
the
final
landing engine.
single engine.
Was that intentional?
Oh my God!
Should
The
land
legs.
on one engine.
Oh!
Landing leg deployed.
Oh my God! You can do it! You can do it!
Is it gonna stay?
Oh
Is it
my
landing?
God. It did it!
Oh.
It did it! Yes!
But
It's on the ground!
vertical.
It's vertical!
It's still.
How did I do that? Both me and past me most managed to point to Katie's face. I was trying to point out to Katie, if you're still watching, that's your what the fuck is happening face. But then past me pointed upwards as well, which spanned me out slightly. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was, of course, one of the SpaceX rockets landing, and that was a few minutes before it blew itself to pieces. So
again, anyone seeing a Freudian interpretation of that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's all I saw.
Oh,
I think that's all you ever saw into it.
Katie has just said that's just my face in the comment. Yeah.
I do have plenty of photos of Katie's face.
But they're on his own hard drive and he's not letting anyone see them.
I wonder what you were going to say, Katie's I'm so glad face.
Anyway, don't worry, Katie appeared in several Photoshop photos. She was in the Time magazine one, of course, and she was in another one about a McDonald's story of her stood in front of McDonald's. And whenever I needed a picture of someone stood in front somewhere, I tend to message Katie saying, "Can you send me a picture of this?" And she used to send them. So,
are we going to see any more?
No.
Ah.
What we're going to see.
I mean today.
Not for Katie now. What we're going to see now is one of Lord Sparkle's choices, and this. Oh, I haven't written down what episode it's from. It was from, I think, last week's episode. It's the caterpillar game. Let's play a little game of see if you can identify the supermarket who made the caterpillar cake.
Oh,
so if I say Asda, right? We'll go to Big D first, and we'll let you choose the first one. Which one do you think might have been made by Asda?
All right. So we go with the bottom row. We'll go with the orange face.
The orange face. I'm afraid
You've already
you
shown
wrong.
me this clip.
Asda is the first one.
That's going to be the answer one. Yay!
Okay. Let's go to the Scottish socks.
Splendid.
Do you know which one was made by Tesco's?
Wow, well, we shop mostly at Tesco's, but we don't shop for caterpillar cakes. If we did shop for caterpillar cakes, I wouldn't be shopping for caterpillar cakes with ears on. Ears and a bow tie. What sort of fucking caterpillar is that? So let's just say that that's Tesco, because every little helps, and they've added ears and a bow tie. The one at the far right.
Right, well, Tesco caterpillar is called Curly, and it's one of the orange face.
Well done,
That's the
Ishi.
rubbishest one. You'd have thought that was the little one, wouldn't you?
Right.
They just got that. They just got a ball of icing. Just
Alex.
Yeah.
Which Alex?
You've got a choice of two at the bottom here, right?
Okay.
Because if you haven't guessed already, the two at the top are the M&S and Aldi ones.
Yes.
But the bottom
Which
one,
one's the Morrison's
which one
one?
do you think was made by Morrison's? It's
I
called
think-
Morris the caterpillar.
Morris the caterpillar is
The one with the yellow
next to the
face between
one, I'm
Asda and
guessing.
Tesco.
Yes.
Shall we see?
Shall we
I
see?
think I've had him before.
You're saying
The one between
they picked
Asda
up on
and
that.
Tesco. Yeah, the yellow
Right.
face and the red nose.
Oh!
No, I got it wrong.
There you go.
The end.
Oh.
And I've
You
seen
lot
this
are
clip
rubbish
before
at
as
telling
well.
Your caterpillars apart.
Well, to be honest, I get mine from Marks and Spencer's.
Yeah.
I couldn't see the original.
The one which we haven't identified yet is Waitrose.
Waitrose, that was it. Ah.
Okay.
They are in inverse proportion to the stores that they belong to. Waitrose is crappy, Tesco's is crappier, Morrison's is looking pretty stylish now.
Okay, so what we have is the other two. One of them is Marks and Spencer's, and one of them is Aldi. Right? Now, the thing I'll say here is, to me, all the ones at the bottom look quite crap compared to the ones at the top. And the ones at the top do look remarkably like each other.
They do.
So I'll go to each of you. You can have, say, left or right when I come to you. Which one do you think is the Marks and Spencer's one? Scottish socks.
Left.
Left. The one vote for the left. Alex?
The Marks and Spencer one, the one on the right, on the green matting.
Okay. So it's 1-1.
Who's Martin?
Big D?
We're going to go with the one on the right with the green base.
The mats.
Right.
It's
Alex
a
and
Yorkshire
Big D are
dialect.
right. The Scottish falsetto socks are wrong.
You don't know
So,
our cake.
There you go. So there you go, the caterpillar game. So anyway, just before we move on to the towards, it's not quite
Give
the
us
last round,
money.
it's the penultimate round, right? If you've enjoyed the show, why not buy us a coffee? And the other thing you can do if you've enjoyed the show, if you're watching us on YouTube, give us a like and a subscribe to I Can See the Stage From Here. If you're watching on Facebook, give us a like and a follow.
Roger,
And
show us
we'll-
the capsule. Show us your drink holder.
Well, I was going to do that in a bit, but I
All right.
also have some merchandise. So, because that's a different one. These links can be found in the comments at the start of the comments if you want to look them up. So that's the merch store, and there is the Buy Me a Coffee. And if any coffee's bought, will be distributed evenly between all of us on this show. Thank you very much. So the penultimate round is this one.
I predict a riot!
In this round, guests throughout the show. Should I play the quiet one for you, Alex?
Do it.
I haven't got the quiet one on my list of
Don't
videos
do it.
anymore.
Don't do
Don't do
it.
it.
I predict a riot.
Who said that?
Oh wow!
All right. In this round, guests throughout the series have made predictions.
If we're disappearing to do voiceovers. It's your turn next, Ishi.
In
Would you like me to say?
You can still see you.
Anyway, let's move on from the microphones.
No, let's not.
We've had throughout the 6 months, we've had 2 predictions that have come right.
Okay.
The first one was made by Denzel DeCristo, who predicted there'd be a new political party. Let's see his prediction on episode number 3. Go Denzel next.
I think there's going to be a brand new political party in the being formed next year. I think possibly by early January, in fact, it'll be formed, but certainly by the end of next year.
Now you'll notice that wasn't me talking at that point. I've not got, not the only person with the Dalek microphone.
You're not a ventriloquist.
I'm not a ventriloquist, no. I don't put my hands up people's bottoms.
And that's the Roger Blue Suede new seal of approval and promise.
So Denzel predicted there'd be a new political party, and he tried to claim his soothsayer status a bit early. He tried to claim it when Nigel Farage launched the Reform Party, but the Reform Party wasn't a new political party. It was his previous party, just with a new name. But then Alex Salmon in Scotland launched the Alba Party. So Denzel DeCristo was awarded soothsayer status. The second guest on the show.
He's not a soothsayer. He's a twat.
Please say that was a clean stock.
How fucking filthy are my socks?
Oh, terrible. So, the next guest who got awarded soothsayer status.
Do you want to actually show the clip showing that it was Alba with Nicola Sturgeon's enemy?
I haven't got that clip to show. Right. The next clip is when Alex English predicted Glastonbury wouldn't happen on episode 6, which was right the way back in December. Let's go to Alex English first for her prediction for the next year.
Well, I don't think, when you mention events and stuff, I don't think we're going to have a great deal happen, although I wish there will, but maybe large-scale events like Glastonbury, I predict might not happen.
So that was the prediction for Glastonbury not happening, made last December, and that turned out to be true. Glastonbury is not happening. So those are 2 soothsayers we created during Series 1. I wonder if we'll create any during Series 2.
But during that same episode, somebody predicted I'd get a girlfriend in 2021. Still around yet?
Got two
Sorry, I should
or
laugh.
three.
No,
4, 5.
No.
A fistful.
No. That's a great collective noun, though. But no,
Who predicted it, Alex? Who predicted that?
that was the other Alex on that very episode. So
Oh, really? Oh.
yeah,
There's two other Alexes. Which one? Well, we've worked it out. Kraken.
Yeah. Quickly, Roger, do your let's move on face.
Let's move on.
That's it.
So, it's,
Yeah, having said that, Katie Roger has the same shirt on, and it's most of the episodes he has the same shirt on.
We've been keeping
But we've been
it tally.
keeping the same episodes, though.
Mm.
you all picked videos from similar episodes rather than there were more on choice, and there are other episodes where I do wear different shirts. I'm not going to prove it to you at this moment in time, but I do have a variety of shirts.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, all right. This is the last round.
Put a plug in it.
Very appetizing. Anyway, this is where my plug. Somebody plug.
Hang on, Roger.
In
You're
keeping
not
with
coming.
the rest of the series, we can't hear you. That's Homer
What?
Simpson's wardrobe, where he's just got several white shirts. As we're saying.
Right.
Roger, we can't hear you. Try again.
You can't hear me.
We can now. Fantastic.
All right. So, all right. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but you don't normally complain when you can't hear me. All right. This is Put a Plug in It, where each of my guests can plug whatever they want. So we'll go to Alex Leam first.
Sunday night, 8:30, awkward question time, which is live every Sunday nights. Yes, Ishi was on last week's when Cheatgate got revealed. And also in the next few months, I'll be at the Brighton Fringe. I think we'll all be down there at the same weekend. Yeah! So, yeah, our solo show's on the same day as all restrictions lifted in England. What could possibly go wrong?
So, okay, Ishi, do you want to plug anything?
Yes, I've got a gig coming up, late stage comedy, this coming Tuesday. So please come to that, and also Brighton Fringe. So I'm doing 2 solo shows and other compilation shows. So do come and check us out, and just follow me on @Ishi2Funny. I usually post on there what I'm up to, so that'd be really nice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And Lord Sparkles, do you want to plug anything?
Oh yes.
Wait and paint.
And that's not even his phone screen.
That's a shitty iPhone 6S. That's not. And this is my phone. As I'm currently watching that lovely group of people there. And it's going to twist over. There we go. Let's see Alex waving some stuff at himself. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Catch up. Catch up! How can we've lost so much time? There we go.
Oh, Alex, that's the weirdest way to milk a cow. I've never come across that.
Look, an invisible cow. She didn't like it. Moo, moo, moo.
See, my guests have plugged things. I'm going to plug things. I'm on at the Brighton Fringe at the Caxton Arms at 8 p.m. on the 21st of June. I am just before Alex's show and a few hours after Ishi's show and several hours before George Coppen's show. So,
and you're also going to add to that King of Groans.
Yes.
Yeah.
The groans. Da, 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 da.
So if you happen to be in Brighton on the 21st of June, come down and watch us. It should be
That's the longest daylight hours as well.
It is solstice.
So, and the other thing I'd just like to plug is the Blue Suede News merch stall. As I've mentioned, this is the last episode of Series 1. That doesn't mean Blue Suede News has ended, because Series 2 starts in 4 weeks' time with 2 Ram Comedy Festival specials. So both at the normal time, last Friday of May will be the Ram Comedy Festival first special. First Friday in June will be the second one. And then after that, I believe we'll be switching to a monthly format where we'll be reviewing the good, the bad, and the utterly stupid of the previous month. So I'd like to say thank you to Alex Leam, Ishi Khan, and Lord Sparkles. Thanks for being on episode 1 and episode 25 of series 1. I'd like to thank all our audience who've been watching us tonight. It's lovely for you to join us. Please keep commenting, and it's been great having you on board for this show. And there's only one last thing to do, and that's run the titles. So good night.